Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are watching this video. This is me, Teacher Kent, and today we're gonna be talking about some fun facts about digestion and our human body. But first, let's remember what is digestion? You see, digestion is the process in which our body absorbs nutrients from the food that we eat. That is what we call as digestion. So, when you eat, for example, when you eat rice, you get carbohydrates from rice. And that carbohydrates is distributed or given out throughout all our body. And that helps us get energy. Today, we're going to talk about fun facts about organ systems and other parts of our human body. Now, aside from what we call the digestive system, we also have other systems in our body. We have the circulatory system, reproductive system, and the respiratory system. Now, the circulatory system, from the word itself, circulates. It circulates our blood. Okay? It circulates our blood. It helps blood be transferred to all of our bodies. These blood have nutrients and oxygen. Another organ system is the reproductive organ system. This helps us make babies. Finally, we have the respiratory organ system, in which it helps us breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's talk about fun facts about organ systems and our human body. There, I just shared my screen. Let me just move it a little bit there. I think that's good enough. And let's start. Fun fact number one, you can eat upside down. What this means is when somebody puts you upside down, your feet is up and your head is down, you can still eat. Food doesn't need gravity to reach your stomach. When you eat something, the muscles in your esophagus constrict and relax in a wave-like manner. It's like a wave, you know, the wave in the ocean? It's like that, which is called peristalsis and pushes food along the esophagus and into the stomach. It's difficult to eat upside down, but it is technically possible. If you look at this person right here, this person is from Korea. They have weird noontime shows there, and one of the contestants is laying down, his head is on near the floor, and he is eating what I think is noodles. He is having a hard time, but he is still technically getting the food to his stomach because your stomach doesn't need gravity. Gravity can help put the food down, but your stomach is actually a muscle. The esophagus is a muscle. It constricts like that. It does constrict and relax. Constrict, relax in a wave like manner. That means that if there's food here, he holds the food and it slowly pushes it down to your stomach. So you can eat while you're upside down, but I don't recommend that you try it. I think it's very difficult. but it is possible. Fun fact number 2. The stomach must protect itself from acid. Food doesn't need gravity to reach your stomach. When you eat something, the muscles in your esophagus constrict and relax in a wave like manner, which is called peristalsis, and pushes food along the esophagus and into the stomach. It's difficult to eat upside down. Wait, I think that's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Anyway, the stomach must protect itself from acid. When we eat, it's known that our stomach gives acid so that the food that we eat will be slowly broken down. It's going to be broken down, and the walls of the stomach will absorb some of the nutrients of the stomach. Now, because the acid is very, very strong, the stomach itself must make a big shield, a very hard type of skin, so that it will not be burned by the stomach acid. When a person is dead and a person is being opened up, you can find out that the stomach outside is a little bit softer than the stomach inside, because the stomach inside needs to be very hard so that the acid cannot burn it, because if it burns it, you will get sick. Now, what happens when you are hungry and you do not eat? If you skip eating, the stomach will know that it's time to eat. So it will put acid in your stomach. It will make acid even if there's no food. And if there's no food there, so what will the acid attack? The acid will attack the stomach itself. That's why it's not advisable to skip meals. You need to eat when your body is telling you that you are hungry, or you need to eat 3 times a day so that your stomach will not burn itself. Fun fact number 3, the small intestine has a surprisingly large surface area. The small intestine of the average adult is around 22 feet long. The small intestine has a much larger surface area than you would expect because of its many folds and finger like projections, called villi. This large surface area is important because the small intestine is better built to absorb nutrients from food, which is vital to your health. Oh, I heard about this before. A person that is 6 feet, that's very tall. That's even taller than some Thai people. It's 6 feet. If you are 6 feet person, you can play basketball. You're like, you can play NBA. You're very, very tall. Now, a 6 feet person has a small intestine. The size is about 22 feet long. Imagine that. There's only 6 feet. The person's only 6 feet. But his small intestine is 22 feet. It's times three. It's 3 times taller, almost 4 times taller than the person itself. And the person here is already 6 feet. Imagine that. It's in the stomach. It's called the small intestine because it is small. Yes, it's very small, but it's very long. It's even longer than the human body. And it needs to be very long so that when the food that you eat is passed through the stomach, through the liver, it goes next to the small intestine. And this is where the body absorbs the most nutrients, the small intestine. It absorbs carbs, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water in the small intestine. It's very small, but it's very, very long. Number 4, stomach growling can happen when you're not hungry. If you have watched a cartoon, especially kids' cartoon, when they are hungry, the kids' cartoon tend to make their stomach speak or growl. There's like a sound effect. That means that they are hungry. But stomach rumbling is the sound of your stomach and small intestines engaging in the digestive process. When your stomach is full, you can't hear the sound because it is muffled. Your stomach contracts to ensure there is no leftover food in the stomach. When that happens, you may feel and even hear that growling sound. That sound tells us that your stomach is empty, but it may not necessarily mean you are hungry. Oh, so what does this mean? It's normal for your stomach to growl because it's trying to push all the leftover food down to the small intestine. But when it is full, you can't hear the sound because the food inside your stomach, it stops the sound from going out. But if your stomach has no food, that means that you can hear the small growl. However, that does not mean you are hungry like what the things in the cartoons show. It just means that there's no food in your stomach. You may not be hungry because the food might still be in your small intestine. By the way, that is intestine, not intestine. Okay? Small intestine, large intestine, not intestine. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Number 5, your colon reabsorbs water from food. You get a lot of water from food. Your colon is a vital part of your digestive health and ensures that you don't lose too much water during the digestion process. So, your colon absorbs water. Okay? Pretty simple. But it's not only the colon, it's also the large intestine and the small intestine. Look at this picture right here. This is your colon. Aside from going around your large intestine and small intestine, the water goes around there too. And it absorbs the water from your food until it will become fecal matter and it will go out of your rectum or your butt. That is important. Next is 6. You feed your healthy gut bacteria. This is Yakult. This is like a non-fat probiotic drink. The healthy bacteria in your digestive system needs nutrients, just like you do. Soluble fiber nourishes healthy gut bacteria, which in turn contributes to colon health. Many foods have soluble fiber: vegetables, fruit, grains, seeds, and nuts. Also, a fiber supplement like Benefiber can provide soluble fiber, which nourishes gut bacteria. This is a non-fat probiotic drink. When you drink this, it actually goes to your stomach and it helps you digest. It's like fiber, only it helps the bacteria itself. The fiber, you can think of fiber as like a big broom that sweeps your colon, your stomach, to throw out all the dirty food that you have been eating. It helps you feed your healthy gut bacteria. There is bacteria on your body, yes, but this is a good bacteria. There are good bacterias and there are bad bacterias. This case, this is one of those good bacteria that you need to keep healthy so that you will also be healthy. Number 7, are teeth part of the skeleton system? Nice question. Teeth are considered part of the skeletal system, but are not counted as bones. Now, what does this mean? We have what we call the skeletal system, or in other words, our skeleton. The skeletal system is our skeleton. When the scientists and the doctors count the bones, on your body, they don't count the bones on your teeth. I don't know why this is, but this is just a weird fact. They are part of a skeleton system, but scientists don't count those when they're counting the total numbers of the bones in your body. Another fun fact is that when you are born, when you're still a baby, you have more bones than when you grow up into an adult. And why is that? I think it's because the bones, when you are a baby, slowly merge together. They slowly combine with other bones to make bigger bones that are stronger. I forgot the exact number, but when you are a baby, you have more bones than when you are an adult because the human body is very fragile when it's still a baby, so you need to take care of the skeletal system when you're still a baby. Number 8, humans are hunters. While humans are not the biggest, fastest, or strongest animal around, we are the best at something: long distance running. Our long legs, upright posture, and ability to shed heat via sweat are all factors that make us good runners. In fact, early humans used to hunt their prey by chasing it for long periods of time until the animals died from exhaustion, a technique known as persistent hunting. Now, we are not the fastest, but we can run for a long period of time. Animals, they can run around a few minutes, let's say 2 to 3, 5 minutes. Humans, we can run continuously for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's why we survive, because we hunt down when humans were still not that smart in science, they hunt down animals. Even animals that are faster, like cheetahs and tigers, they can kill them. They don't try, but if they have to, they have no choice. We humans can kill them because when they are tired, they can't run anymore and they might die from exhaustion, being too tired. While us humans, we can run for about 15 minutes, 20, 30. Professional runners, they can run for 1 hour. Some people are even triathletes. They can run, swim, and ride a bike. Three three different sports all at one time for a long period of time. That's one thing we are good at, and that's why we survive, even if we are not the strongest, the biggest, or the fastest animals. Did you learn something today? If you did, I would be very happy. Anyway, thank you for listening. Goodbye.